Apparently my light bar, I see that it's starting to crack a little bit there, so. Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a great week. Working on the Sierra work truck, and what we're doing is putting on my light bar. So, where's my finger? There's my finger. I got my light bar, I pulled this off the truck, this was on there before. But I picked up off of wish.com, but it's just kind of a little license plate bracket for the light bar to sit on. So you just strap this onto the license plate bracket on the front of the truck, and then we'll mount the light bar in there. But I kind of thought it was a simpler way of mounting that light bar versus, you know, I had it tucked into the grill before, but the grill's new and we painted that, it looks good. So this is a simple solution for, I think I paid that like 15 or 20 bucks for that mount. So yeah, I think that's gonna make it look a lot cleaner. These trucks really suffer from poor lighting. So to make that not quite near the issue it is, I'm gonna try and mount it in here. So nice thing about the 90s trucks is that you have the bracket there, it's mounted right to the bumper. I think we can take that right off and then screw the light bar bracket on there and wire it up. So we give that a try. Here we go. Because this light bar bracket is so cheap, I decided that I was just gonna rough it up a little bit and spray a couple more coats of paint on it, but I didn't want it to be rusting in the first 2 weeks of using it or something, so, and I don't want to get chipped up or whatever. So I'm going to put some coats of paint on here. We'll let that dry. As it's drying, we're going to take the bracket off the front of the truck there. So there we have it. I'm going to turn this cardboard over. This doesn't look like something you want to paint on. Okay, so that's what the bracket looks like coming off. 4 bolts, slips right off. As long as your bolts aren't rusted too bad in the back there, it should come off pretty easy. The biggest thing that's kind of a shame is if you don't want the license plate bracket on there, you know, like you can take it off, but then you end up with these kind of chunks taken out of your molding. So unless you peel that off, and you get holes in the bumper, or if you get a different bumper strap, whatever they call that, the trim piece, you know, I mean, it's not like this one's in the best shape anyway. Probably a little bit of, it's fine, but it's kind of a shame that those slots have got to be cut into there. But anyway, I think it'll work to mount up this bracket, and we're just going to bolt the bracket right to this, and then we're going to bolt it back to the truck, and then we're going to bolt the light bar on top. So I think that'll be pretty slick. Okay, so I got a round of black on here. I'm going to have to do a couple more coats there yet, but playing around with my wiring situation here to see if I got everything lined up there, and I think we're good. That front, how I have the light bar wired in here is yeah, so there's a relay that's tucked in here. It's got it kind of zip tied in there. I had it sitting sideways, and I think that's screwing it up, so I've kind of moved it here temporarily with some zip ties. But it's basically a light bar wiring kit that you can get. There's a relay, comes with a switch that you put in the cab, and so there's one wire that goes from the relay to the switch in the cab, one that goes from basically either your battery or auxiliary power. I've got it on the back side of the box here. There's these 2 ports on these older GM trucks. The newer GMs, everything's kind of right on the battery, but by the fuse box on these older ones, there's these 2 constant power volts, and they have 30 amp fuses. So we use that for kind of the constant power, and then the switch from the cab, and then there's a ground, which I just got screwed in here, and then there's a positive and negative that come out and go into the light bar. So this wire along the top here is for the light bar specifically, and it's been kind of bolted on the top, but I think I'm going to drag it. I don't know if I'm going to pull the grill off and then slip it through. I think there's enough of a space in between here. Okay, I'll just slip it through, and then we got the wires right into the light bar up front here. So yeah, I just ran the power wire from behind the, kind of where I've got the relay back there. Behind the headlight, drops down there. We'll probably zip tie it in there. Likely gonna just bolt everything up without the grill on, just make sure that fits, and then see how it looks after that. We are just in the process of letting the paint dry again, so I'm gonna do a quick thing and swap out the The headlights? No, the windshield wipers. Headlights might be later. But windshield wipers are going to swap those out quick and see if we can make that look a little better there. So. Well, you saw the plastic blowing up there. I mean, considering that fiasco, that little bit of spray paint on those wipers make them look, wiper arms just make them look brand new. I mean, if you get up close, it's a little rough, but do that inside if you're doing it yourself. But that looks a lot better. Okay, let's see what else we got with the Lightbar. Okay, so we're right in the middle of painting here. Whoop, got a ball over. I don't know if it's gonna look like garbage later or not, but I did a little spray coat on the license plate bracket because it was kind of dirty and marked up and stuff, so I thought, well, a little black is gonna hurt it. And down here you can't really see them very good, but I got the carriage top bolts or whatever for the mounting, and I sprayed the top off, but they're stainless steel, and man, they're really hard to, yeah, it's not, paint's not securing to that, so maybe I should have sanded those first, but anyway, that's fine. And then the bracket itself, I got enough paint coats on it. It was black, and then I went to get primer, and then we're black again. And I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of cheapy clear coat on there, just because I have it here sitting here, and it'll give it one more coat of protection. So, but other than that, we got the grill over here waiting to go back on, and we got the wiring done. So basically it's just wait for the paint to dry, bolt that to that, and then bolt that to that. Hopefully that all works out. I think I might have to drill new holes here. Let's see here, 1 2 3 4 on there, but then I don't know if this is designed for like a European vehicle, but it seems like it's missing, there we go, it seems like it's missing. These top holes should work, but I might have to drill a couple on the bottom to get it to mount there. Just again, it's kind of European design. It seems like they have a thinner but a wider license plate than we have in Canada, so I don't know if that's going to create a bit of an issue or not. I feel like it might need to be trimmed down to fit in this little groove here, but I don't know if I'm going to be that worried about it. As long as it's solid, nobody's going to see that. It's all black. Yeah, we're not far away. It's about getting it back together and back on the truck. Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like. Bracket just bolted right to the license plate mount. And then on the backside, what I did here, the bolts that came in were 10 mil, and you needed to be able to bolt it from the front side to tighten this up. So what I ended up doing is I just took my 3/8 carriage top bolts here, and I was able to push them in there, and they actually, because they're squared off on the end, can't actually twist them in there. So if I go to put this back on, we're gonna have different size nuts here than here, because these are 7/16 nuts, where these are 1/2 inch nuts to go into 10 mil. So that'll be kind of annoying for somebody down the road, but probably won't be my problem, so whatever. But at least this way, guy's not trying to fight with how do we get a bolt tighten on the front side, you know, with the thing all mounted. So we're gonna get it mounted up there. I don't know if it looks amazing, but I think it looks safe, and it gives some purpose to that license plate bracket, which was doing absolutely nothing before. So yeah, we'll stick her on there and tighten everything up and get the Lightbar mounted. Yeah, I don't know if there's any point in showing anybody what it looks like on the backside here, but see, I've got my new bolts here and there, and then down here that's the old bolts, so these end up being a 1/2 inch head, and that's got a 7/16, but you know, like whatever. It'll tighten up, it'll hold it in place, and that's the main thing. So okay, so that's what it looks like mounted on the truck. Sticks out a little ways there and stuff, but again, you might ask, well, why didn't you just take that bracket mounted right to the bumper where you had the holes anyway? Well, so this gives it a fairly flat mating surface, and I mean, we had the license plate bracket anyways, you know, whatever. I think it looks alright. I don't know if it's perfectly centered there or not, but now that it's on there, it doesn't feel as tough as it did before, but get some dust on there again. We're gonna mount the light bar and go from there. Alrighty, so there she's mounted. And just bolted right on there. Kind of stealthy, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently my light bar, I just cleaned it up nice. Just in between doing stuff here, and I see that it's starting to crack a little bit there, so that's kind of unfortunate. Apparently that's plastic, not glass or something like you'd hope. So I don't know how much longer that light bar will last anyway, but at least this way, if a guy does want to replace it, you're not taking the grill off and working in the background. It's all just right here, so that's not so bad. Again, the biggest thing is, you know, we've got this on here. It's a little bit safer because now, you know, it's got a little bit of a bar to protect the light, but it's not right into the truck. So if you ever want to take it off, sell a truck, or sell a truck and nobody wants it on it, just peel it off, no big deal. But yeah, I think that works pretty good. We're gonna stick the grill back on. Or maybe we should plug it in and test it out. Let's try that. There, it's on again. Yeah, I think that's gonna look pretty slick. Stick that grill back on there. So anyway, you can probably see me really well because I got the light back on. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. At the end of the day, this is a work truck, and some people are going to be, oh my goodness, that's so ugly, and oh my goodness, why would you wreck that truck by putting that light bar thinger on there? But you know, it's really pretty clean actually. It's just hanging off the front like that. So at the end of the day, the way I look at it, you end up doing some of the things that I do and going in the places that I go. Having extra light is never a bad thing. It's always something you can benefit from by having it. So anyway, that bracket is on Amazon. I'll leave links to obviously the description for the light bar and the wiring harness and the bracket itself. If you want to pick up your own set, obviously this will work on just about any kind of vehicle. You know, if you got a license plate bracket on it, you just want to bolt that thing on. Even if you don't, you just want to bolt the bracket on. There's nothing wrong with using that thing the way it is. So if you're not familiar with light bars, they're amazing. They do great work. You're putting the lighting the road up. So you know, it's not something you're ever going to regret, I don't think, sticking one of those on your truck if you can make it look, you know, what's pleasing to you. Anyway, but hope you guys enjoyed that little video. Got the light bar on there. If you want any questions about how to wire it up or anything like that, I never did make a video on that. We could definitely go over that if you want. But it's super simple once you get that wiring harness kit, and yeah, give it a try. There's no reason you can't do something like that yourself. So you guys take care. Have a great day. Took a little jiggle, held the wiper upside down and sprayed downwards on it so I didn't get it on the wiper blade, but I think that'll keep the hinges a little better shape for a little longer. Literally the cheapest wiper blade.